see. Oop, is that there? Okay, beautiful. So I'm on live on YouTube too. I'm going to send the link right here. Hopefully you'll have access to that. If you want to see me on YouTube, if you want to see me on Instagram, you can have me on either or both. There's a lot of beautiful energy coming in today. There's a couple of few, my plate. There's a few things I did want to cover, but it's really a live stream, just to be flow and to be free and to not have like any major press, any major things planned. It's really flow stream day. That's what I realized. I have to, I have now doing these live streams 3 days a week. On Monday, Moon Day. On Wednesday for Wings and Witches co-creation Q&A. And then on Friday for our weekly Fae Day channel transmission that I co-host always with Miss Kelly Love. And so feel free to check her out as well. She's a beautiful light stream, light channel, and she is just the most incredible co-creatrix. I love co-creating with her on Fae Day. It's been the most glorious co-creation, and every time that we get together it's just so much magic, and I just know how much she's here to support me. And I feel so supported by people like her just in general. I know that through my celestial alignments I'm what I call a guide to the sun kingdom of merfolk or sea folk, and Kelly is what I would recommend, or what I would recognize as one of the mer warriors, right? Mer warriors of light, mer warriors, just point blank. And so she has this ability to be, tapped into the sea folk, merfolk, mermaid energy, and she often connects it to her Lemurian past previous lives, which she was connected to the under the sea and very oceanic watery expressions. And so I love that. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna get a little bit set up. Okay, I think that's a bit more straight on. Yeah, so I love that because it's always just been so beautiful to co-create with her. And I was always wondering kind of a little bit why, like, oh, how and why is this so free flow and so like beautifully streamed? And I just had to recognize that it was because some of our alignments, we are just completely in flow. Her and I, we have this beautiful, again, co-creative energy that comes through so beautifully with this like mer energy, mer folk, sea folk coming online. And it's so important to be with people like her. Oh my gosh. And then freaking Miss Osset comes in. Hi, lovely love. I was just talking about how I've been doing these co-creations with Kelly Love every Fae Day. Oh my God, and now Nancy's here too. Oh my God, itayakay na siya yoko ay na shukoy tita itaya shukoy. Welcome, my dears. Oh, I'm so happy that you're both here. Thank you so much for being here at this time. So much gratitude, love, and appreciation, honor for each and every one of you, but both of you especially. Thank you so much for being here. I was just talking about my weekly Fae Day co-creations with Kelly Love, and how it just is so flow and so streamlined every single time that we do it together. And I believe that it's really because of our ability to, or for me at least, I know that I'm a guide to the sun kingdom of merfolk or sea folk. So it's this energy. And also I'm going live on YouTube, so feel free to join me on there too if that's more easy for you. I'm going to pin the link actually so everyone has access to it always. It's the sense that, for me being this guide to the sun kingdom of merfolk. Oh, well, watching from Houston, I love you. Thank you so much for tuning in, my dear. Being this guide to the sun kingdom of merfolk or sea folk, I am always, in the daytime, in the light of day, guiding people to these watery expressions, these dreamlike worlds, these fantasy almost lifetimes in the day-to-day life that we have and that we can share, that we can embrace, and that we can flow through. I'm recognizing how we can have this magical watery experience and fluidity within our day-to-day life. And the you merfolk, you sea folk, definitely recognize that within me and recognize that within yourself. And so I know that all the merfolk, all the sea folk, all the mer warriors, all the marrows that I have again streaming in right now, and just in general, are always so beautifully around me and surrounded me, because I'm a guide to you guys in the sun kingdom, the daytime that you guys contain or that you guys inhabit. So I'm so glad that we can always come play together and flip our tails and have so much fun, because it has been the most glorious expression to just be here now with each and every one of you, be there when I can be with each and every one of you. And I just say be here now in the sense that, like, in every single day, I am recognizing how I can be closer and closer and closer and closer and closer, and recognize how other people can be closer and closer and closer and closer and closer, and guide people to how they can embrace and awaken more of that merfolk, sea folk energy within inside of themselves. The mermaids are so powerful, right? They're such beautiful co-creatrixes with this life. They are almost like priestesses of the water, priestesses of the galaxy, because they move through the streams of currents and energy like it's nothing. Honestly, the way that you guys just flip and flow through life and like, yeah, flip and flow, right, through life, and even float, honestly, sometimes, right? It's just really admirable to me personally, and I love recognizing it. And that's why you guys have been able to call people under the water, call people under the sea, call people into your waves. Like, it's such a beautiful expression, and everybody wants to be kind of a part of your reality. So I'm so glad that I can bring some light to each and every one of you at this time. And again, if you would allow me, Aset and Nancy, I would love to talk a little bit more about your alignments more specifically, again, because this is a live stream co-creation. I do want to pick up on the energies that are coming in right now, always, and then like what's streaming through. And I do want to give my time and energy where it's needed and as it's needed. And so if you are tapping in, Aset or Nancy, let me know, and I would love to go in a little bit deeper about this merfolk energy, this merfolk connection within each and every one of you too as well, just because it is so beautifully relevant. And I was speaking about it already, and then you guys both came into the room, and I was just like, or to the live stream. So it's just beautiful to have you here. Okay, awesome, Aset. So Aset has, I'm on YouTube too, and I'm on Instagram. So I can actually pin the link on Instagram to my YouTube also. Let me just do that as well. Let me make sure that gets up in there. I hope this is, oh, that's the YouTube link. Oh my gosh, I can't get it right over here. I think I'm gonna do this. I'll copy it, send it to myself via text, and then go from there. It's a beautiful stream. You know how we do it over here. Everything is in flow always. All right, so here we go. That's the Instagram. I think that'll work. Awesome. Cool. So YouTube has it now, and so does Instagram. I can pin them on both. Beautiful. Hopefully you both have access to all of those spaces. So Offset specifically, again, I was just talking about Kelly Love right before you stepped into the space. And so I was talking about how, again, we do these beautiful co-creations every Friday, every Fae Day at 11:11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, which I welcome everybody to flow into as well as you feel called. They are such beautiful co-creative spaces, and I would love to do a co-creation with each and every one of you as well, as you are called. So feel free to come in. Hi, Michelle. I'm so happy to see you here. I was just talking about doing a co-creation, and of course you step in. So welcome. So happy to have you here. I'm in the space in which you were inhabiting. I'm back home at my family's house this weekend, and so I'm just so happy to have you in this space, to hug you in this energy field. So thankful that you're here at this time. So I was talking a bit about the Mer energy. I know that I recognize myself to be a guide to the Sun Kingdom of Merfolk, and I'm guided by the Sun Kingdom of Merfolk. So I'm guided by, during the day, all the Merfolk, all the Sea Folk that come throughout my field. And you guys even being here right now, it's such a beautiful embrace. So I thank you for being here. I'm going to tap into and touch a little bit onto Osset's Mer Warrior energy, Mer Warrior of Light energy. So Asset, I'm so thankful you're here, right? Because you have this actual like Mer Warrior energy within your chart, but you're also a Pisces, right? So you have this energy to be a guardian, a sentiental, a watching over the light streams that flow through the water, that flow through our dreams, that flow through our imagination, that flow through our fantasies, our wishes, our hopes, and our aspirations for this life. You can bring in the light. And it's so beautiful because I've seen and I've felt and I've received your light. And I would recommend anyone that isn't aware of Offset now to tap in. Offset is now in the space here. She's a beautiful light stream, and her power is so grand, but also so flow and so fluid. She's never going to be pressed. She's never going to be stressed. She's never going to be like worrying anybody else with her energy field. She is just flipping and flowing through the waters, and it's so beautiful because again, we know that when she does show up and when she does appear, she's only doing so to become a guardian, a sentiental, a warrior of light, and to make sure that the light within any certain space remains there and remains secure and connected to the source energy that is our dreams and our imagination and our subconscious world, right? Mer warriors, mer women in general, mermaids and merfolk, sea folk are always connected to and enveloped within the subconscious mind, right? They are making sure that the magic of the subconscious mind stays alive. And so by just, again, pure virtue of being you, Aset, it's just so beautiful to know that you are waving through the waters and bringing back the light streams to the subconscious mind. You get to bring the light of awareness into the subconscious mind, which is really, really, I don't want to say difficult work, but it takes a lot of work, right? Because we think about the waters, Itayakai, Naya Shoyatai, Naya Si Itayakai, no Yoko, Naya Si Itayatai, Naya Shiki, Naya Sayata, Rai Shokoi, Naya Si Nayakai, Naya Daya Namo Uya Si Iayakai, Naya Yatai Tai Toyo Shokoi, Nia Naya Daya Daya Shai, Naya Daya 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 Oikai, Sai. And these waters, they are so fluid. Oftentimes it can be very dense, but I know us that you are in February Pisces, right? So you are higher on the streams of that Piscean energy field. Again, even a sidereal Aquarius, right? So you're even in those waters, what we see like the Caribbean waters, right? You're like, oh, I'm so glad it resonates. I love you so much, dear. So you're like what we would see as like these Caribbean waters, right? Like waters that, I mean, they do have the Marinas Trench kind of around the Caribbean, but it's so light and it's so blue and it's so crystalline. I'm like trying to pick up something that's as blue as you. You're even more, this is like cerulean blue, so it's even darker, right? But you are even lighter than this blue. Like you're like a cyan, you're like a light sky blue, and the reflections of the light as you float upon the fucking waves. It's just so beautiful to watch you flow. Honestly, so grateful to be able to experience it. But I even know that even in these waters, right, you get to be and let me pause. But you get to be the that embodied. Basically, you get to be these crystalline light streams of water embodied in your own flesh and your own beingness, and it's so beautiful to witness for me personally. But I believe for anybody that gets to experience you in any space or time. So I did also want to touch on you again being this mer warrior of light. Itayakai na yashokoi na ita uai shokoi na yatai nayakai na no yashukai na yasi itayatai na yatai koi na yashukoi na yasa I na yatai no uai shukai na yasi na yakai I na yashokoi ita na yatai no yotoi no yoshiki na yasa I la kai na ina yahai itayai Nayakoi, Inayas Inayakai, Nayasoi, Dayashi, Dayakai, Ni Inayasai, Nayatai, Nayan Moyasi, Dayanakshukoi, Shukai, Dayasaki. Nayaso shakai nayasai dai like moyasi inaya shukoi nayasa ayatai ni nayakata shui nayasa dai naya moyasai inayasai dai. Oof. I can feel my heart expanding right now, just tapping into your field. Otoyakoi nayasi nayakai nayashu mayati nayatai itayasai uayakai inayahai Naya, ooh, it's so luxurious. I feel so embraced. Naya, oof, ooh, yes, Daya Shukai. And I feel like it's coming in through so heavily at your heart, at my heart center right now, because you are a Pisces as well in the heart. So it's like not even just your Piscean energy that flows through this, Mer warrior energy field that you co-create, but it's also fluttering through your sun and through your heart and through my heart as I tap into your field. And so there's this sense, right, that as a more warrior of light, it took me many times to find that term for you. I believe you know how long it has taken me to come up with and to research and to experience your beingness, to sit with you, to listen and to hear and to flow excuse me, flow through you and with you, through the waters, through the dream worlds, through the experiences, through the transmissions, through our co-creations. Offset and I actually did a beautiful co-creation that's over on Clubhouse a few months back. Anyone else can go check out. I would love to link it in the chat below. It's just a little bit intravenous and multiversal right now for me to do so, but feel free to message me if you'd like to receive that transmission. It is a beautiful co-creation. Oh my gosh, like Offset went off. She literally just like threw it down, and it was just so, it was very revealing to me. And it helped me recognize even more about who you are and all these unveilings that you've had to do to show yourself to me. I just honor you so much for being able to do that. So thank you so much for coming online. I do want to say that when I was finally, when it finally came to me, the Mer Warriors, I was like, fuck yes, this is it. Because Mer Warriors, as I do numerologically, because I'm a person who, whenever I come up with something, I will always do the numerological expressions or destinies of this number or of this word, because it's really important to see the frequencies that are coming through, and we can align always the numbers with the planets, and the planets with the celestial centers and the dominions, the Daya, Toya, Maya, Shuko, Ayata, Aita, Ita, Yakai, Yatai. I honor you, love. I honor you, Offset. I honor you in all nows, my love. I'm looking at the cameras on both streams. I honor you so much, and I thank you so much for being here at this time. I want to even go deeper because you deserve this, So let me just pour more into you because you are an abundant light stream. Oh, ayataya shoy. Inayakai taya shoy. Nayasi nayakai. Niyayawuyasi. Nai nayayayayayayayayayayakai. Niyayasi ayatayakoi. Love you. So there's this stream that when I typed in Mer Warriors to my numerological calculator, I was like, period. This is it. Because Mer Warriors, as I'm typing it, let me just type it in the chat if I can get over here. Mer Warrior. Just like that. All right. And so Mer Warrior, and I'll type it in the YouTube as well. Mer Warrior. Of course, it's in caps. It's the sense that as I typed it in, it was, and now we have 3 people in the space watching, it was a 3. Mer Warrior is a 3 number numerologically, and 3 is associated with Jupiter, right? Jupiter, and also with technically Poseidon, because when we and Neptune, right? Because when we think of 3, we're thinking about Jupiter numerologically and planetarily, astrologically, right? 1 is the sun, 2 is the moon, 3 is Jupiter, 4 is the dragon's head, or the dragon's head, or the north node, if you want to call it that. 5 is Mercury, 6 is Venus, 7 is the dragon's tail, 8 is Saturn, and then 9 is Mars. That's what they see in numerology. And then if we go into master numbers again, we could go into even further. 11 is the moon and her other dimensional realm. 22 is the dragon's, and not even just the dragon's head at this point, but it's what I perceive in Cellestiallography as the cosmic dragon. Thank you, honestly, Elsa, for like helping me stream all this through. It's so beautiful. Thank you. And so 22 is the dragon, the cosmic dragon specifically. And then the 33, which is the final master number, is the higher dimensional, higher multiversal region, realm, expression of Venus. So 33, this ultimate master number, is really, truly a Venetian number at its base. I mean, literally, I say that, and Venetian itself, if we type it in the numerology calculator, it is a 33 as well. So, of course, Venetian 33, Venus is 33. So, just so everyone knows that. But we boil down the 33 to 3, and then 3. And 3 is this Jupiterian expression. 3, if we take it to its traditional rulership of 3, 3 would be Jupiter. And then what was Jupiter traditionally ruling when we only had 7 planets in our mind? In our mind's eye and our awareness, but before we had Uranus, Neptune, and Pluto online. 3, and then Jupiter. Jupiter was ruling over, or quote unquote associated with, Pisces and Sagittarius, not just Sagittarius as we kind of know it as today, but also again Pisces, right? So when I found out that Mer Warrior was connected to this Pisces 3 Jupiter energy, I was like, oh yeah, this is it. Because also, what do we recognize that 12, the 12th sign of the zodiac, what we call the ancestors in celestiallography, all the signs are different ancestors, right? So the 12th ancestors of celestiallography are Pisces, right? The Pisces constellation and the Pisces sign. And so there's the sense that 12, if we boil down 12 numerologically, 1 plus 2, it's 3. So there's this connection again between the Mer Warrior that was so poignant when I finally uncovered that title. It was finally channeled to me directly from source, that it was associated and aligned, especially with you as a Mer Warrior of light, having the alignments that you do have, that I could obviously go deeper in with you at any more offline time. And so there's just such a beautiful connection, co-creation that I was having, as I was channeling into your field and tapping into your space. And then, as we co-created already, talking and having all these offline conversations, and then obviously again doing this co-creation on Clubhouse, we've had all of these experiences that have made it very evident to me that you are this Mer Warrior of light. So it's so beautiful to see all of that come online. And then again, even because the Mer Warrior of light energy is connected to the 9th domain, the 9th domain being Sagittarius, you are fully Jupiterian in that expression. Jupiter is the biggest planet of expansion, right? Abundance, bounty. It's the biggest planet in our solar system. Okay, it is like a miniature sun in its own right. So you have all of this energy fluttering and flowing through you, and it's so beautiful to expand into your field, because I always feel very embraced when I do, and when you are open to receiving the energy of Jupiter in your own life. And I feel really Jupiterian, though I'm really like Jupiter as like the planet. Seriously, you, on the other hand, really are, especially with this Piscean energy, are in what I've perceived through celestiallography, is like you're Jupiter. And then there's Jupiter, and there's Jupiter's moons. Jupiter has over like 80 moons or satellites, whatever you want to call them, right? But all these different satellites that revolve around Jupiter are what I can recognize as various different soul fragments. Whew, I had to say that, okay? Yes, oh my gosh. Mwah. I love you so much. So you are connected to all these various different soul fragments, right? But what I see when I'm streaming through right now is that you are taking the light of Jupiter and you are streaming it through all the various different soul fragments, all the various different moons and satellites that Jupiter has. That's part of your, on a more cosmic scale, that's part of your work as a Mer Warrior of light. So on a more interpersonal scale, yeah, it looks like going into dream states, going into fantasy worlds, going into the imagination, going into wishes and hopes and fantasies that you have for yourself, but also that people have for themselves, and being able to dive into those spaces and send the light streams. If we're looking at it in a more like, fantastical or like I guess a real world setting, you'd be over there in the Caribbean oceans, diving and dipping through those waters and sending these light streams into the water, so that all those beings that live in the water can have the light that they've required to grow and to flourish and to dream and to see the world anew. Itayakai na yasoai, ni yatai na yoshukoi, ni ayatai na yasai yako yashiki, na yatai to washo, na yasi na yakai na yashi na yokoi. Ilayakai, Itayakai, Otoro, Shokai. Let me just finish this. My apple juice. Apple juice. I love apple juice. So I have one final thing to say about the Mer Warriors at this time. Yeah, it's just, this is just for you. So, and I think I've told you this before, though. This is what I was originally channeling through when I was flowing through your waters of expression, because, up until, I had met you and Kelly Love, I didn't really know what a Mer Warrior was. You guys revealed that to me. Obviously, I'm the Cellestiallographer, so it was up to me to perceive you guys when you guys came to my field, but I had no clue what that energy field was before you guys came online to me. So I just really appreciate you for revealing yourself to me, for unveiling yourself to me, because again, you connected to this priestess energy, priestess of the galaxy energy, technically, and all these souls in life of the galaxy. You are the life come to life of the galaxy, the light come to life of the galaxy, the life come to light of the galaxy. Okay, the life come to light the galaxy, my love. And so you're streaming in all these light streams like a fucking rainbow wave, and like your tail flipping. It's the sense that, like, if we recognize light, some people see light as a particle in quantum physics, and others see light as a wave. And so with this wave of light, there's all these bands of light, and it's an entire electromagnetic spectrum, and it waves through all of these light streams as the light comes through the planets and comes through the sun, comes through the stars, and comes through the bird is fluttering to my left. So you get to be these light streams. Basically, you are integrating your inner beingness, integrating the embodiment of all of these light streams fluttering in through. You are waving yourself, watering yourself, diving through like a mermaid who swims through the electromagnetic spectrum of light. The waves of light. So that's what I'll have for you, my love, and I hope you receive that with open heart, love, grace, gratitude, appreciation, and honestly, I think it's like whatever open centers that you do have, whatever open energy field that you do have, I hope you receive it in those spaces most significantly, and let it to fill you up, and let it to embrace the inner knowing of what you are and what you already have been, and what you continue to be every time that you do show up as brilliantly as you do. I love you so much, my dear. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you so much for letting me flow into your field as well, because it was really beautiful, very luxurious, and I send it out, send it back. So hi everyone else that's also welcomed into the space. I know there's 4 people watching right now. Oh yes, deep gratitude, my dear. Thank you. Deep gratitude for you. Again, thank you for being here. I normally plan to do these 11 a.m. streams, live streams, again, at 11, and I'll go in and I'll flow until whenever. Generally, probably around like a 2-hour mark, 2 to 3 hour mark is when I'll complete the live stream. So I thank you for kind of warming me up. It feels very luxurious, and I really, really do appreciate it. I'm gonna go ahead and also pin, I don't know if I can pin 2 things, but if anyone does ever feel compelled to as well, that's the live stream link, of course, but I'm also gonna post, oh, Nancy, would you like me to tap into your field as well? I could go into and do the Marrow's field that I was speaking about earlier. Feel free if you'd like me to, or let me know if you would like me to do that as well. I would be more than happy to. It makes me feel very, 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 very embraced by your energy being here right now, and I really do honor it so deeply. So let me know if you would like me to, and if not, that's okay as well. We can always go in deeper at a later date. Okay, cool, awesome. So I just want to make sure that, again, I do have your permission too. I don't want to go in with any of this energy without honoring you and your space and your place in time. So thank you so much for being here when you are and as you are. I really do appreciate it. And again, you guys have like warmed me up so much already. I feel like the energy streaming in so beautifully right now. And I'm really thankful to be able to, again, co-create these spaces with each and every one of you. I am, again, going live on YouTube as well. So if anyone feels compelled to jump in on YouTube, feel free to join us there. I'm going to share the link again. It's just a bigger screen. That's really it. And I know that sometimes, with your phone being on all the time, kind of with this Monday live stream on Instagram, it can be a bit difficult to just navigate other platforms at the same time. So if you do want to come on YouTube, you can feel free to do that too. I just do it on YouTube as well so that it's recorded. And I actually meant to record this live stream, kind of just do a screen recording. So I have to remind myself to do that again next time too, because sometimes there's just recording issues. Just wanted to let everyone know. So I'm going to tap into your field, Nancy, as well, with your permission. Thank you so much. And I'm going to take a sip of water first. I have a window next to me right now. I'm going to actually open the window a bit because I am getting warm now, flowing into you guys' fields. But that's the energy, right? It's like you, oh God, now there's a stream of, you guys see that? Okay, yeah, that's enough. Because your waters, even I'm talking back to you, Aset, now, your waters are warm, dear. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have very warm, beautifully luxurious waters that embrace space and time. And like, I thank you for allowing me to flow into that, because it is like, it's like a trip to the beach, so to speak. And I know with Nancy, it's going to be something very similar. I know you do. Well, I don't actually want to unveil your location, but if anyone goes to tap into Nancy's field, she can reveal to you where she is at this world. But I know her waters are a bit often a little bit cooler than where Offset, I think, I believe, at least streams through. So I do recognize that as well. So it might be a bit of a different experience. I want to move this light so badly, y'all. You guys can't see it on Instagram, but on YouTube you can. And it's just like so in the way, but it's fine. Also, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. I'll release it. It's fine. So with Nancy specifically, I consider your energy field to be that of the marrows. And it's so beautiful, actually, because obviously, like, yeah, I'm streaming this energy through. I'm awakening up to it, right? I'm tapping in. Huitayakai nayas inayatay lokoi ishayay inayasayakai nay unayashuyakai inayasiyayatay noyakai inayakai uoshoy inayaayasi inayakai ayati inayuoyasi ilayakai ashayakai itayayanay Itayai. Hi, Danny. Oh, so happy you're here now, love. Welcome to the space, my love. Embracing my heart with you in it. I'm flowing into a beautiful member of the Space Today's energy field, Miss Nancy. Thank you so much for being here. Hi, Danny. Itayakai inayashoy. Layayatai kai inayai. Ayayatai inayashi ayakai inayatai iyayasoy. Inayakai inayatai inayai. Wow. Okay, Nancy. So you flow through with the beautiful energy of the marrows, and it's already so perfect, Nancy, because you are of this like European descent originally, and so this mythology of the marrows does and can pertain a lot more specifically to you, especially because the marrows is a traditionally Celtic origin, right? So you already have that going for you, which I freaking love off the top of my chart, on the top of my head. But going even deeper onto that, there's these marrows, itayakaya and these were the kind of merfolk of like Ireland or Scotland and the Isle of Man. And they were very beautiful creatures of creation. They were again half woman and half fish, but they're also men as well, male Meros as well. And so there's this connection between you and the Meros specifically as being one of the she, as I would see. Again, right now is your time to be online. Right now, we're actually in the age of the she, 2023. So it's a really beautiful time to recognize you, Nancy. I'm so glad I get to be able to do this and deliver this message upon and to you. It's just so beautifully perfect at this time. So thank you so much for receiving it. I know we've been online for 33 minutes at this point, on YouTube at least, so it's beautiful to see that energy coming through as well. You, Nancy, with this Mero energy, with this being one of the Meros, it's like you get to, be the total embodiment of magic, first of all, which is incredible, right? You are literally taking in magic at all levels, in all nows. You get to play with the creatures of creation. You get to attract all the beings who might need to have a sort of physically embodied experience that are less embodied. They get to seek out you, and through your communication of them, through your playing with them, you get to make them real. Of course, Nancy. What? Of course. What do you mean? I'm so glad I get to do this for you. This is how I can give back, honestly. This is my day of service. These are my days of service when I can come on here and be the Cellestiallographer, the managing founding director of Enterprise Ellington, which is really all, at the end of the day, a working effort, a foundation, a fund to make sure that us celestial entrepreneurs, us celestials, are coming online and creating businesses for ourselves so that we can be sustainable in this timeline, right? We are already such beautiful celestial beings, and it's up to us to recognize that already, point blank period, and then to cultivate on that experience. I was recognizing this earlier today. I wanted to type this out. I forgot to do it, so I'll just say it here. But who can put a price on belief and on the ability to believe? Who can put a price on that? Nobody can. That shit is priceless, right? And that's why Walt Disney has $1 billion company. The only price you could really put on a belief and the ability to believe is billions of dollars, honestly. So your ability to believe is worth billions. And that's why all these advertisement companies, that's why all these companies in general are spending so much of their money on marketing to cut through the noise and to stream directly into your field of vision and to help you and to make you believe in their company's success, because it's just through your believing it, just through your perceiving it, just through you receiving it, that you can make their reality more actualized within your field. I mean, not just you, Nancy, in this case, but everyone, anyone that starts to believe in something, starts to pay their attention to it and feed that organism, that organization, that enterprise, etc., whatever, with more energy. So I would love to just recenter all that belief, all of that ability to believe back inside of each and every one of you, because you are the ultimate co-creatrixes of your lives. You are the ultimate co-creators of your life. And if you allow yourself to believe even more, believe on the realm or the edge of what's possible or what's perceived to be possible, you will be able to create that reality and, again, manifest and attract and actualize success in the billions, truly. And it's not any, sole individual effort. That's why we're doing his work together. That's why I'm here, inspiring, hopefully, as many of you as I can to look deeper into your celestial alignments and to find the magic that lies within. So, Nancy, you are such a beautifully embodied magic being, old being, supernatural being, whatever you would like to call it. And you have this embodiment of magic is just flowing through each and every one of your veins, point blank period. Nobody should be able to deny that. And again, you get to communicate with the gnomes, with the leprechauns, with the brownies, right? With all of these, and I'm blanking on some right now, but with all of these beautiful co-creations and creatures, with all the cupids and the winged messengers, everybody basically, you get to communicate with these beings and have this experience with them where they become actualized, where they become manifest in your life, in your reality, through you. You are the midway point between actualization and the ability to believe. You bring things into being by your ability to perceive them, and then your ability to communicate about them, dream about them, co-create art or imagine just even that they are real, point blank, period. You give them space to be all that they are, and all the magic that they are, all the belief, all the fantasy, all the fairy tale, all the folklore that they are. You get to embody it, incarnate, and then you get to have an experience with them and with these stories and with these tales and with these creatures and supernatural beings and supernatural embodiments, etc., 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 and just with magic, point blank, period, so that it can have a life through you. You give magic life. That's what I would say. And marrow specifically are just, again, these watery beings. And so I know how deeply connected you are to the water. It doesn't even matter if you have to completely go into the water, quote unquote, because what we have to recognize is that these supernatural embodiments that we possess, itayatai no iyakai itayasha itayakakakuoyasi inayatai inayashoyaki. These supernatural embodiments that we possess, they are basically, I mean, they are fantasy, they are belief, they are archetypal, right? They are collective experiences that we can contain within our subconscious, that we can stream through and dream about and believe ourselves to be, right? Though nothing on the physical world ever has to fully reflect that. You don't even have to ever, again, touch water. You don't have to go in the water, right? But your ability to even connect with the watery realms and with the archetypes that are connected and associated with water itself, that is beyond. That is power. That is your magic, and that is our magic collectively. But again, because you're just truly the embodiment of magic, Nancy, I have to relate it specifically to you, because it is through your embodiment of it and through your loving expression of all that is that you get to even have this co-creative experience with all the other people that are living on the day-to-day lives that normally would see things on a very mundane scale. You get to just bring some enchantment, bring some magic back to their ability to perceive the world as it is. And through you, again, not only are you giving the fairies and the sprites and the leprechauns, the gnomes, and I want to say one more, and dwarves too. Don't let me forget about the dwarves and the shapeshifters. You're giving all these beings some ability to exist through your ability, again, to perceive them and to receive them. You are so receiving. You're so receiving. And you have to allow yourself to be even more receiving in every single day life, in every single situation, to receive the love, to receive the magic, to receive the embrace that they would love to kiss you with and to love upon you with and to hold you with and embrace you with. Because as you do, you create a grander reality for them to live and for them to joyfully express themselves, not again just as fluttering lights and through quote unquote random expressions that one might perceive or one might not ever perceive, but you show them, you almost capture them, right? You not capture them in like a way in which like they're not able to be free after that, but you capture them in a single moment in which they're just joyfully living their own lives and being the most magical being ever, and you get to create a reality for them in which they can exist even grander. And that is so beautiful to me. I really do honor that, and it's such a beautiful power to possess. And I thank you so much for doing the work that you do, because it makes this world just that much of a more better magic filled place. Thank you so much for your work, Nancy. I love you so much. Whew. I'm going to sip one more sip. And as we pull up into the noon hour over here, so we're 3 minutes from 12 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Aw, Nancy, I'm so happy to hear you say that. You are so honored in all nows. And again, you and Osset fluttered and flew and dove and swam your booties over here right when I called in the Mer Warrior energy that is Miss Kelly Love. And so right when you guys did, it just made it so much more real for me that this is the reality that we are co-creating together. And you know what? I guess I'll say this too, Nancy. It's that like there are all these various from merfolk and sea folk and all this shit, all the rest. But it really, I mean, just because the latitude right? There's longitude, I'm pretty sure. And there's latitude. I think that's how it works. Just because of the mere latitude of where your mythology originates, right? In the Celtic, in the British Isles, right? In the Isles of Man, Scotland, Ireland, those waters stream down the planet. You know what I mean? Like they stream down the planet into all other worlds and all other realms. So if you imagine this vortex coming out from the heart center of the world, what we all see generally as like Glastonbury, even Scotland area as well, but we could even go ahead and stretch it all the way out to Dublin too. All of that is like the heart center, the heart chakra, traditionally perceived as of the world, of the planet. And so because that's the case, you imagining that all waters, and I mean all blood at least, flows through the heart. So all waters must flow through the heart as well, and that's why it's an island, right? So all these waters are streaming through the mythology, the realm, the space, the place that co-created the mythology in which you are channeling in and tuning into and embodying this field or this power or this magic of Meros. So I'm very thankful that you get to do that and get to be at the center of it all, energetically, etherically, whatever, because you get to pass down all of your magic to all of the all of the merfolk, all of the mermaids, all of the mermen, all of the tritons, all of the sea folk, all the sea creatures, whatever, all of them, they get to have an expression through, again, you, and through your ability to believe even stronger, deeper in your powers, in your magic, truly. So thank you so much, Nancy. I love you so much and I honor you so deeply. It's now finally fully 12 o'clock over here. Oh, so, I do put myself generally up to questions too. That's more on a Wednesday basis. But if anything's coming up, always feel free to note it in the chat and I'll get around to it as I perceive it. I did want to touch on something here that I had just as we move into this next hour. Yeah, again, we do begin here at 11:11, so we're a little bit under an hour now, and I think 45 minutes on my YouTube. So it's important for me to touch on these as we stream in. Basically, the image I have for the YouTube post and for the post I created about this an hour or so, or 2 hours now ago, was from an AI generated image that I called 11 streams of light from the moon. And that's the energy I'll be co-creating with over the next few weeks. I think I have like 4 more images of that. I could probably post the image, but it's okay. You'll see it. You've seen it. If you've seen my recent post, my most recent post on Instagram, you can see the 11 streams of light that are serving as the thumbnail or the profile photo for this transmission, this live stream on both YouTube and for the one on today's channel as well on Instagram. Oh, hi, Red. Hi, Christopher. I'm so happy you're here. Thank you for being here at this time. Welcome to our Moon Day live stream at 11:11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's when today began. So happy you got to be here at this time. Probably perfect timing, too, because I'm going to flow into a discussion. It takes a bit of energy to go through, so you'll all have to kind of bear with me as I do stream into this. I'm very happy that you're here when you came. This is something that I would love to share with each and every one of you. This is like true celestiallography, if I could speak to it as that. So I'll just begin. This is basically like an overview of the alignments for the week, the celestial alignments for the week from the view of celestiallography. So I'm taking on what I call like the celestial graph to input this technology, to input this awareness through the streams of light that come through. Excuse me. So as of, you as well, my dear, thank you so much for being here. So as of April 11th, 2023, around 10 a.m., 10:58, around the later end of 10 a.m., on 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, by the way, on April 11th, 2023, the age of, oh my gosh, and I wish I could actually pull this up, but basically the age of the she comes online, right? So right now we are in the age of the she 2023, which has been a beautiful expansion period for each and every one of us to dive more into the magic that we have embodied. Oh, hey, Wit. Oh, I'm glad you're here. I don't know who's watching anymore. I just know there's a certain amount of viewers in the space. I just don't know exactly who's here. So I'm glad that you're here right now with me. Thank you so much for being here. I honor you so much, and I send so much love your way. Actually, before I get into these trends and everything, because I still have to pull up some information just about the alignments for the day. Hi, Coco. I'm going to do a little bit of a transitionary light stream transmission, and then I'll move into the upcoming overview of what's happening this week. Oh, so lovely. Oh my gosh. Oh, that's going to be so incredible. Oh, dear. Wishing you a most blessed, brightened, beautiful birthday coming up to you tomorrow. So happy that you're here right now. Yeah. Oh my God. Perfect. Well, yeah, it's gonna be a perfect way to start your day. Oh, wait, this is gonna be great. So yeah, well then I'll start just by Itayakai with a little transmission of light so that we can kind of bask in this energy a little bit more, and then I will flow into the energies of the upcoming week. So yeah, this is gonna be perfect. I'm so happy that you're here right now, Danny. I'm just gonna take a sip of water and then I'll begin. Okay. Gratitude, dear. Okay. So if we're just tuning in for a moment, you hear the birds chirping probably. Allow yourself to breathe in through your nose. Deeply in through your nose, down into the belly, expanding your solar plexus, filling up that nexus, that plexus of energy. Before breathing out through your mouth. And keeping that flow in through your nose. Down into your belly. And out through your mouth. In through your nose. Down into your belly. And out through your mouth. And I'll begin with some light streams flowing in through the dreams of night. Itayakoi nayashokoi tai I nayakai nayanaya nayashai itai wayai koi itai inayasai yayatai layakai nayashi itayatai naya wukayai nayamayatai nayashoi naya inayasai itayatai inayakai lai nayasai unayashita yayaiti waishikai nai inayatai unayasita yatai anayasayati inayaunayiti nayayataiti nai nai Ayashakai. Inayatai inayawuka inayasi inayayatai uayakai ilakai awayashi inayatai inayatayakoi inayasai ayatai shokoi. Fluttering in the light streams of dreams on this wonderful moon day, live stream, allowing everybody in this space to receive showing the magic of the week, made manifest within their being, allow Venus to illuminate all of your inner being, activating your Christ consciousness within inside. And your Sophia light awareness, allowing that energy to flutter in through your throat, centering in around your chest, filling up your rib cage, expanding out, expanding, and pulling that energy in through and around your beingness. Oh my gosh, my mid-turn is going off. I'm like, I don't know who's even on there right now. And just allow that energy to flutter in through your field, coming in. Ay, yakai, ay, asoy, atay, ashi, atay. Ayasi, atay, nayakoy, atay, inayasay, ay, shikay, atay, shakay, atay, atay. Okay. Beautiful. Well, I believe we're ready to begin. So, oh my gosh, I have to dive into my notes here. I have my glasses on that or my contacts in so I can see a bit clearer than normally. I had this live stream up for my Libra full moon live stream the other day, and I was like, I didn't have my contacts in, and so I was just like peering up all close to the computer, and it was just so much. But I got my glasses on, my contacts in now, so I can see just a little bit closer. So there's going to be a lot of energy coming in as of 4/11, April 11th, 2023, around 11 a.m., but really still within the 10th hour of the day, Eastern Standard Time. So wherever that fits for you, wherever you are located, just account for that hour difference or the hours of difference. So around 11, but again, in that 10th hour of April 11th, 2023, again, we're already in the age of she, the age of the she, 2023. And so there's already this magic and this embodiment coming online right now through our fields, our recognition of what's possible, all of the Venetian energy that's fluttering in. We've definitely all felt it. I mean, last Fay Day, I did a weekly Fay Day channel transmission for the Venetian star mothers. And I sent us to Venus and we went around to all the planets and, carried on the backs of the dragon and all the things, right? The dragon horses specifically. And there was just this recognition that, magic is here for us, right? Happy pre-birthday, Danny. Yes, happy pre-birthday, Danny. And so this recognition that as we come online and as we awaken to what's coming online right now, we can have this beautiful expansion into our wings and allow us to flutter out and almost, again, now fly into all that we are. We are able to thus perceive this reality coming on very clearly in the sense that as of April 11th, around 10:30, 10, almost now 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, there will be a pulsation of magic just like whoosh, rush through the air. Because what has happened right now, what is happening right now, is that a lot of this energy right now that's coming online is very etheric, right? It's coming in through the ether. It's coming in through the planets, it's coming in through Venus especially. But when this transit comes online tomorrow at April 11th, there will be this pulsation now. It's embodiment. It won't have to be so etheric. It won't have to be like, okay, like I gotta, flutter around in the stars and the sky to find you. You can sense it in the physical form all around you. The magic is going to be very present as of tomorrow around 10-ish, 10:30, going into 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time at 11 or April 11th, 2023. So that's really exciting because, again, it allows us to expand our reality into this higher realm, higher dimensional way of being, of existence, that also allows us to perceive what I'm seeing here, a concrete formation, right? We get to crystallize this awareness of our that we can expand our wings, flutter out, and there are going to be a lot of dragons coming in probably too. A lot of the cosmic dragons specifically, they'll be coming in around this time to assist with the energy that needs to be grounded into beingness. Again, there's going to be an awareness that even the more divine feminine, if you want to call it that, femme energy, just point blank, because all femme energy is pretty divine to me, is going to be coming online to, again, assist with this expansion of the magic, because we've been pretty etheric, I'll say, and pretty clear this age of the She 2023. So a lot of the magic that we've had to receive from the planets, from traditionally like the supernatural beings and our supernatural embodiments, it hasn't been in the physical form. It's had to have been received on a very etheric, subtle level, and we've had to go kind of into the planets. But again, the planets are just representations of what we got going on inside ourselves. So we never really should perceive the planets to be so far away from us or outside of us. They're always technically within inside of us as well. I just also want to share once more my live stream on YouTube too. If anyone would like to join on there, feel free. I'm going to pin the link. I'm on YouTube and on Instagram, so feel free to join on whichever platform suits you best. Thank you so much for being here. And so it's going to be great because, again, there's going to be this grounding in of, again, this divine femme energy, and it's going to open up a portal of light. It's going to be opening up a stargate, almost essentially, of this energy that is just going to stream in through the rest of the planets and going to become fully embodied on this more terrestrial plane. Again, now coming in from the galaxies, coming in from the stars, coming in from the planets, but then crystallizing into all the things that we see around us, which is going to make all this magic manifest very rapidly, very quickly. And with the dragons and with the She coming online, it's going to be very, very powerful. It's going to be this just whoosh, of energy coming in, and it's going to be so exciting to just dive in and bask through, and I'm really looking forward to it. I know that I haven't really felt the embrace of the She this year. 2023, they have their season at this time, and it has taken me a lot to reconnect and rekindle the flames of magic that I feel from their clarity, from their non-beingness. I mean, they're here, obviously, they're always here, but I've had to find the She in my day-to-day life. I've had to find the magic in my everyday life. I've had to go looking for it and seeking it out rather than it kind of just being there naturally. And so now, again, as around 10:30 on April 11th, 2023, they will be here physically, fully incarnate for us to embrace them, the magic, the She, the supernatural embodiments that we recognize that we require to perceive what it looks like to embody all that we are, to know that we are divinity incarnate, to know that we are made manifest, and that enough is magic and divinity. And again, there will be the dragons here to support us too. And so you can call in those cosmic dragons, you can call in those omega dragons, you can call in the birds, you can call in those fields, because they'll be here very heavily tomorrow to support us in this expansion of magic. Again, a portal will even thus be opened by the dragons to allow all this energy not only to stream in from the stars, but also for us to shoot out from our center space within our solar system. So it's going to be very incredible, very activating at that time. And it's going to flutter on until around 20 hours, around 8 p.m. that day. So from around 10:30 to that day to around 8 p.m. tomorrow, this energy is going to be online. It's going to be heavy. It's going to be hot. It's going to be lovely. It's going to be warm. It's going to be embracing. It's going to be embodied. And we can really bring online a lot of this magic that we require to just see what magic looks like in the physical form. So I really look forward to that. And then on April 12th now, around 6 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, around maybe like 5:30, 6 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, comes the beautiful energies from the, not cosmic dragons this time, which are these beautiful winged dragons, and often associated with the birds as well. But there will be the diamond dragons coming on basically coming to align online, right? They're coming to align online. They're going to be fluttering their serpent dragon tails. They're going to be fluttering their diamond dragon tails, and they're going to be activating all of the reptiles, all of the snakes, all of the serpents that, are here to help us, again, now really ground this energy into the earth. We talked about all of that energy coming in and wanting to, come in from the stars right down to us and see the magic incarnate. But now that that's already here over the 11th day of April, on the 12th day of April, we'll now have this magic already here. Hopefully you'll have physically manifest all the things, and you can call now in these diamond dragons. You can see and work with the reptiles, the serpents, the snakes, and the diamond dragons, the serpent dragons, to make and to ground and to protect and to guard all the creations that we've now built and that we've all manifested into being, so that it gets centered into the diamond earth star, and that it gets centered into our core of the planet, and so that it is now then thus shared with everybody throughout the galaxy, throughout the cosmos, throughout the universe, throughout our cosmos. All of our ancestors are like going to be so happy right now for us, because we're going to be bridging all of the realms and bringing in this diamond dragon energy into the core of creation, and it's going to create this link that allows us to open up, again, not just a portal down from the heavens below, but up to the heavens and beyond. So that because this portal is now online, because this portal will be online from around 5:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on April 12th, 2023 to, I think it's actually for a while. Yeah, at least until April 13th around 1 a.m. It's going to be allowing us to come into a very full embodiment of that which we are. These diamond dragons are going to be fluttering in, flowing in, streaming in, and just like waving, because again they're wingless, so they have their tails out basically, and they're just like one long serpent dragon kind of flying through the air. And you're going to probably see a lot of these energies coming in, and they're going to be asking you to embrace them and to recognize them and to see them, to perceive them, and to work with them to help them ground all the energy that you just called in the day before into the diamond earth star, and then not just the diamond earth star, but the cosmic core as well, the ancestral roots, the stargates that we need to send this energy out. Because yes, what I'm seeing right now is that yes, Earth is a realm for us to become physically embodied, but it's also a realm for a lot of other beings and a lot of other energies, extra galactically and extraterrestrially and otherwise, to come into full form, in full embodiment, and to make themselves manifest in all nows. And so through this Stargate portal that's coming online, we'll be able to call in the energy, call in the magic, call in the creation, have the creation manifest, then take some time with that to see and to perceive and to hold and to hug and to create this real tight connection with the magic that you've brought online. And then again, use this diamond dragon energy to bring this, what you've created, bring that which you've manifested into form, and then to basically bury it under the ground, bury it so deep under the ground that you've opened up now a Stargate or a portal to other dimensions, other realms of thought, other worlds, and just to source consciousness, source energy point blank. And so once this portal is open, you'll have this fluttering, flowing energy streaming in for the next few hours, because it happens around 5:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on April 12th, 2023, and it will last until April 13th around 1 a.m. So that's a really incredible portal to ground in all of this magic, to ground in all of this energy. So I'm really looking forward to that as well. And then on April 13th of 2023, and if I'm not mistaken, I got to pull up my calendar now. April 13th, oh, it's a Thursday. Okay, that's okay. Because I know that I'm doing my Wings and Witches Wednesday co-creation Q&A every Wednesday on April, this will be April 12th this year, or yeah, this year and today and this month. That'll be cool, but we'll call in all this energy, and then the next day, so it seems, there will be a field of energy coming online that allows us to, okay, this is beautiful too, to tap into the guardian angels, right, that are coming online, that are coming here for us, that are coming to support us, and now bring in this wing expansion, not just from our, kind of like chest area and our shoulder blades, but from our crown. So it's like the serpent rising. Oh, that's what it's saying. Okay, beautiful. Oh my God, this is a book by Nevin Padar, and I wish I could share it. You have to message me because I'm streaming really into this right now. So you have to message me for the book link. But I think it's called Serpent Rising by Nevin Padar, and it's a very, very beautiful text. I mean, there's just an individual. I mean, it's Nevin's Wing Publishing or Wings Publishing company that co-creates all these posts and excerpts from the text and publishes it on Instagram very accessibly. So it's all there pretty much for you. But I've also purchased not that book, but the first edition, which is the Megas. And you'll have to do more research into that. Or again, if you like those resources, you can reach out to me specifically. But what's coming online is what it seems like is that from all of this energy that is now then coming in really to embody the magic and then bring it out to the wing rib cage energy area of our wing expansion will then go flutter down now in through our spinal cord, down the vertebrae, down the 33 vertebrae, into this core area of a creation, into our genital area of creation, into regeneration as well, resources as well. And then from that, we'll actually be able to sprout now all the way back up. So the serpent is going to rise, that we were just talking about, the serpent is going to rise and be a winged catechus. And it's going to be this expansion of wing energy, not again just at the throat level or at the heart level, but at the crown level. So at the what we call the cosmic halo in celestiallography. It's going to be very online at this time. And this cosmic halo is very beautiful because it allows for, again, this awareness about the other worlds to be perceived very clearly and clarely. There's going to be a very huge uptick of source consciousness coming online and flooding in, rushing through the world at this time around 1:30, 2 a.m. on April 13th, 2023, Thursday. So it's going to be really exciting because it's also going to be connected to the lunar forces, the lunar energy, the that like wing expansion of the mind and of the serpent rising is also going to be connected to. Let me just make sure I have the correct information. It's also going to be connected to the grounding core creation that we just went through the days prior. So this, again, wing expansion of the mind, the catechus rising, the serpent rising, the kundalini rising, whatever you want to call it, it's going to be directly associated with all of the things that we've now just brought into our core from that which we made manifest, all the magic that we've had and accumulated and acclimated over the past few days, or the next few days, I guess, but by April 13th, it will be the past few days. And so that's going to be really beautiful again, because it's going to allow this, our minds to have a bit of clarity, right? We're not going to be so focused and so stressed, quote unquote, on what could be, what might be happening, what should be possible, all these questions, because we're going to know, and you all will know because you've watched this too, that all that energy that you just felt fluttering in first through this magical embodiment and then down into the core of creation will rise up through the crown so that you can sense all this awareness again coming online, and you probably will feel like you yourself are getting crowned, and not just by like a crown like like a king or something, but a halo specifically, a cosmic or a celestial halo. And that's going to be very beautiful because it's going to be this ring of awareness around you that just helps you know that all the energy that you just brought in, all the magic that you just made manifest, is going to be here to support you, and is going to be here to bring you into higher realms of thought, right? This on the back end will allow for a lot of imaginative awareness to come online, and a subconscious knowing to be sparked. All of this consciousness will be blushed and rushed and blown into our subconscious mind, into our imagination, so that we can again become very aware, right? Hi Alea, I'm so happy you're here. I'm just seeing you now come into the space. Welcome, 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 my love. So glad that you're here at this time, that you got to receive this message and this transmission of light, because I know that this is going to complement a lot of the energy centers that you flutter through. And so it's really exciting to bring in this awareness and to know that we're all going to be receiving our halos at this time around April 13th, 1:30, 2 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So it's going to be a very beautiful activation for all involved and for all that are participating and co-creating this awareness, because it is in these moments of seeding up to all of this coming through the crown that we're going to be allowing, again, our conscious mind to infiltrate, quote unquote, our subconscious mind. And so we're going to be able to bring sparks of light into what we normally perceive as, and through celestiallography, as a very watery domain of our subconscious, or our imagination, of our dream state. And so it's going to be very, very beautiful. It's going to be very, very exciting. And we're going to be able to bring a lot of our awareness, quote unquote, online. And it's going to be all very directly influenced by the grounding experiences that we just had coming online with the prior few transitions, orbits that were happening in the cosmos the days prior to April 13th. So just moving on with that, that will happen, that orbit will happen from around 1:30 a.m. on April 13th, 2023, Eastern Standard Time, to around, ooh, this is pretty good, to around 3 or 4 a.m. on April 13th, 2023. And it's going to, pretty much stay online. But what it's going to happen is that not only is this awareness going to come online again, but we're also going to receive a complete, a very grounding experience around like just 2 hours later, from that initial starting off point in our wing expansion of our crown activation and our halo activation, really. Just a few hours later, too, max, we'll have again this really grounding reminder of experience, awareness that our quote unquote sanctuary, right, our soul and our soul memory is now being imprinted, because again, all this energy was happening through the subconscious mind. So the subconscious mind that we just sent all these light sparks into is going to have this fueled awareness, fueled consciousness that is now going to need to be imprinted within our soul memory. So our soul energy is going to come collectively online and going to become greater and more aware of for each and every one of us, so that we can tap into this beautiful soul expansion energy, this beautiful awareness of what is and what could be, through the memory of our activation, right? Reminding yourself about what just happened, about what you just experienced, allowing yourself to journal. And this might be odd, but I would even suggest, if you could, being up kind of in the middle of the night, maybe to experience this. You could obviously experience it in your dream state as well, very heavily. But if you were up to perceive the energies that are streaming through from around 1:30 to around 4 a.m. on April 13th, 2023, it could be a very beautiful expansion for you to journal and to actually call forth all that awareness that you just threw up into your subconscious mind, so that it will very well become coded into your soul memory. And you could technically use this as a portal to rewrite old storylines, to close out old timelines that are no longer serving you, that are keeping you in a state of restraint, or that are keeping you in a state of restriction from your own divine essence, in your own inner divinity. So that's what's coming up a lot right then. And then that actually will be online for quite some time. That energy about the soul recoding, soul memory recoding, and soul imprinting, that'll be online from the 13th around 3:30, 4 a.m. Eastern Standard Time to, let me just check. At least until April 16th. So again, we'll meet by next week on, I believe it'll be April 17th. So at least through April 16th, which is the day before April 17th, we will have this soul memory recoding that is really beautiful. And I'm really excited to bask in that energy too, because I know that it's so needed at this time to allow ourselves to close out old timelines, to close out old storylines, and to awaken to the majesty, the mastery that is already inherently within us, that is already diving so beautifully within our soul memory, that just needs to be sparked with awareness before we move into quote unquote the higher timeline. And I'm saying we, but it's like more of a collective experience. So whoever resonates with this at this time, the message is for you. And if it doesn't resonate, that's okay as well. That's totally fine. I'm just sharing what I'm perceiving through the lens of celestiallography. At a point, again, around 9:30, 10 a.m. on April 13th, 2023, the halo activation will come back online. And now, however, the that crowning third eye activation will be here for us to remember, again, all that energy that we just poured into ourselves, so that, again, we can have this activation. But, if you're not able to catch the 1 a.m. to 4 a.m. kind of transit orbit that's coming online, then you could surely catch it around 9:30 to 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on April 13th, 2023. However, though, just be aware that that portal is a bit shorter. It'll only last for around an hour. Excuse me. So it's just going to be a shorter window of time. But again, if you weren't able to catch it or stay up in the middle of the evening, that's totally okay. You can do that kind of subconscious recoding and re-inputting of that which you wish to flood into your subconscious mind on around 9:30, 10 a.m. on April 13th, 2023. And then finally, the awareness of our, let's just make sure I have this right. Okay, so the awareness, and this is really an ancestral kind of thing that's coming online. Ancestral, but divine as well. So it's really an activation from the gods and from our ancestors at this time to do this work, quote unquote, of rewriting those storylines. They are needing us. Hi, everybody on YouTube. I just saw somebody has popped in on YouTube as well. So saying hi to you there. Thankful that you're there now. Feel free to join in on YouTube or on Instagram, whatever feels more flow for you. I know that there are spaces on both, and that some are more accessible. Instagram can kind of be difficult sometimes because you're unable to hop off of Instagram and do other things while you are listening in. So if you want to tap in on YouTube, feel free to do so. The link is pinned in the chat on Instagram, and so feel free to jump in on YouTube if you feel inclined. So I did just want to, again, touch into the sense that this is, what's good, Dylan? Hi, I'm so happy you're here. Happy for to see you, and I'm glad you're tuning in. Basically, what's coming online, though, around, again, this entire portal from at least around April 13th, 2023 through April 16th at least, and we'll talk more onto this now on Monday, next moon day, for our next live stream. But from at least April 13th to April 16th, this energy from our ancestors, from the gods, is gonna be coming online so that we can, again, rewrite these old storylines. They are, the gods and our ancestors are often very disembodied forms, right? Like they're either living in the heavens, or they are just in another world, right? In the other world, technically, in paradise or in heaven or whatever you want to call it, right? So they are existing in these other forms, but their physical lives that they had here, and their physical embodiments that they still had here, and even the mythology around them, it still lives on, right? It still lives on. So it's up to us in our physically embodied forms to help them release some of these old storylines by rewriting them within our own soul memory, and by recognizing that if we can go in and do this quote unquote inner work, by tapping into our inner realms, by tapping into our awareness of what's possible, and then just tapping into our dream state specifically, or especially our wishes, our desire, our dreams, our imagination, our fantasy, quote unquote, our belief, and what could be and what's possible, then we can go in and literally retune and recode, I'm seeing like a tuning fork, really using that sound healing. I would recommend, yeah, definitely tapping into some sound baths over this time period, over this orbit period from the 13th of April to at least the 16th, so that you can again go into these inner spaces, these inner worlds, these inner realms, your inner quote unquote sanctuary of light, but also of life and of energy, specifically your plexus, your solar plexus especially, to come online to activate this awareness so that you can recode some of the old storylines that not just you have experienced personally, but that maybe the gods or the ancestors that you have aligned with throughout this lifetime can work through you to do some of this work as well for themselves. And that'll be really great, because it really does take a co-creation for this to be possible. And then on April 16th around noon Eastern Standard Time, there's going to become a beautiful activation of our sacral source energy. And that's going to be really, really exciting, because it's going to mean for us that at this time, let me just make sure. Yeah, so the diamond dragons are going to be coming online once more as well, to bring in a sort of otherworldly kind of okay, what I'm seeing is like basically a cosmic egg is going to be born. Hi Ginger, so happy to have you here. I answered your question I think last Monday, when I still was doing a Q&A format. So if you feel inclined to go check that out, I did answer your question then, and I'm so glad that you're here now. Welcome to the space. I'm also streaming live on YouTube, so feel free to tap in on YouTube as well if you feel inclined. I know that Instagram can be a little wonky sometimes, so glad you're here in all nows in any space that fits and works best for you at this time. So yeah, what's coming online is that around noon on April 16th, 2023, there will be this awareness of there'll be a birthing, so to speak. There'll be a birthing of cosmic eggs of creation, cosmic eggs of new worlds being born, so that potentials and potential realities can come online and can kind of be like cracked like the egg, and again then brought into form, because all of this, energy of the subconscious recoding and of the subconscious reprogramming and of the old storylines that we're closing and cutting out, we're going to need to birth some new ones, right? So this will be a great portal around noon Eastern Standard Time, April 16th, 2023. This will be a great time for us to come online to birth that which we perceive to be very, very effective for us, to create these new storylines that we're now building into. We can release the old ones and birth the new ones. And it's really going to be coming online to birth specifically at around April 16th noon. And that'll be online for at least the next few hours, at least 5 hours or so on that day. And it'll be really, really exciting for me to see kind of and I hope everybody is able to tap in next Monday for our live stream at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And then even, on Wednesday for our Wings and Witches, Wednesday Q&A, co-creation Q&A, and then for our weekly Fade Channel Transmission at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm doing Wings and Witches Q&A only on Instagram. I'm doing this Moonday live stream on YouTube and on Instagram, and then I'm doing the weekly Fade Channel Transmission on YouTube and on Clubhouse. So feel free to tap in on any of those platforms as you wish. Very happy to have you there. This again, though, as I close out for the orbits of the week, there will be a beautiful coming online ability for us to birth again these new storylines, these new realities that we would like to build into and that we would like to be born into. So I really look forward to hearing about all those new things that are coming online for each and every one of you, all those new things that you are birthing through your canals of creation. It's going to be really exciting for me to hear about by the time we come into our next Moon Day live stream, and then by the time we come into our next Wings and Witches Wednesday co-creation Q&A, for anyone that would like to come online at that time and ask questions, or pop up and even say and share the screen, share the screen with me, you'll feel free to do so, and that'll be on Wednesday. And then if you don't get an opportunity to do so then you can always catch us on Day Friday at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time as well. And if you would like to just connect with me personally and book a session, or just contact me and get more information, you can always feel free to reach out to me. And I'm going to type this in both chats. The Cellestiallographer at gmail.com. And Ginger, the name of the video is the same as today, Moon Day live stream, 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And you can also catch it on YouTube as well, YouTube or Instagram, whichever is easiest for you. The Cellestiallographer at gmail.com. Okay, so you can send me an email there, or just send me a DM, however you feel inclined, whatever's easiest for you, and we can connect a bit further through those platforms. And I'm very open and receiving to whatever comes through then as well. So if that is it pretty much for today's Moon Day live stream Q&A, I really do appreciate each and every one of you for being here at this time. If any questions come up, feel free to contact me and reach out for more information. I really appreciate everybody for being here at this time. I could take us actually into the maybe 111 portal with a transmission, because I do feel some energy coming up right now, and it's a little bit earlier than I had outlined. So yeah, how about that? I'm going to close this out with a transmission. I'm just going to take some sip of water, because again, this is a lot of energy that's coming in, so I want to be able to allow everyone to process that energy that's coming in, and it can be a little bit difficult sometimes just to receive the energy without dreaming it into being, or just being guided in. So yeah, while I did share about what's coming online, and you can definitely just receive just by listening, I also would love to share with you through a transmission, so that's a little bit easier to integrate with some of the energies that are coming online. So I'll do that. Whew, okay. Okay. So again, just finding yourself in a comfortable position. Allow yourself to breathe in through your nose. Breathe out through your mouth. Breathe in through your nose. And breathe out through your mouth. Breathe in through your nose. And breathe out through your mouth. As you allow yourself to come into your body now, and you can close your two physical eyes, finding yourself in peace, in bliss, in harmony, in balance, and allowing the beauty of the moment to stream all across your mind's eye. All that energy that we just spoke through and covered. Allow the sensations of that energy to ride throughout each and every one of your celestial centers. Fluttering in through the star center. Into and around the omega center. Passing now through the sanctuary, Meeting the diamond dragons. In through the crystal core, opening up the stargates, calling everyone online at this time. So that we may end with the source of all creation, of all expansion, of all of life itself. See yourself now fluttering in, landing on the grassy toll, the green emerald isles, lush grass and blossoming springs, flowers that bloom and trees swaying in the wind. Allow yourself to breathe in this energy deeply now through your nose, down through your throat, filling up your ribcage, your chest cavity, outstretching your arms, moving through your arms, down your elbows, into the palms of your hands, and out your fingertips at your kaya. And as you sense your awareness now filling up, up, up your heart, you're tuning in to the oxygenation of your bloodstream, ayataya shwai, ayataya ki, and the flow of energy at this heart center. And allow the energy here to become filled with light. And not simply light, but also love. And this love, this loving energy fills you up, 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 expanding you, allowing you to lift off of your toes. And you can sense your wings coming out now, fluttering out from your shoulder blades, unfurling themselves and expanding upwards, upwards, upwards through the sky before beating down to the earth, up to the sky, down to the earth, up to the sky, down to the earth, up once more to the heavens, down to the earth, and then gliding all along this plane. This field of light, Hitayatai no Yokoyashi Hitayasi. And as you glide, fluttering, flowing, flying through this field of light, Ishoyashi Hitayata, you can feel the fluidity of the air, the wind beneath your wings, carrying you as your tailbone outstretches outwards towards creation, reaching for the stars. Inayataya Shaya Kayataya Siyataya Kainaya. And you just continue fluttering and flying now, flowing through space and time. Before you reach a beautiful hill, it's a grassy hill, but a very obvious and ornate one. Splattered with flowers of all shapes, colors, and sizes. And on the top of this hill lives a beautiful giant laurel oak tree. Outstretches throughout time and space into dimensions, realities, verses, realms, dominions, domains. And you land now gracefully at the base of this beautiful laurel oak tree. And as you land here at the base of this giant tree, on the top of this hill, this earthen mound, You can sense at the trunk of this tree, an arched doorway begins to open up directly for you, allowing you to enter through. And entering in as you do. A stairwell, spiraling up through this tree, the trunk of the tree, all the way to the top. And you may not have been able to make it out before, but in the branches of this tree, held by the foliage all around it, is this gigantic, sprawling tree mansion, tree house, tree manor, tree home, whatever you like to call it. Envision you now walking up the spiral staircase of the trunk of this tree into the inner chamber, the sanctuary of this tree. Nia kai itai noya shoi itai nayas itai ayatai. No yokoi inayasi inayashoyotai. La ya 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 oyatai ayatai koya tralala shukoya tralakatai chuyato koya tayakotai. All around you, Toyokoyatai Shakai, is a court of the she, fairy, supernatural beings, supernatural creatures of all shapes and sizes, elves, leprechauns, maybe leprechaun elf hybrids, gnomes, dwarves, brownies, and the lords, kings, queens, and princesses of this place, this space, which you found yourself in. They all dance around merrily, so happily that you've joined them in this celebration, in this state of awareness. And out from the top of this sanctuary lies an observatory. A grand staircase right before your eyes allows you entrance, access directly to the sanctuary's observatory at the tip in the top of this tree palace. Walking up the steps of this grand marble staircase, you can feel yourself almost fluttering up the stairs, not even having to touch each step. You can just glide up them all. And a familiarity washes over you, like you've been here before. Maybe in your dreams, maybe in another life, maybe in another world. But you're home now, you're here now, held in the branches and the embrace of this tree. And the observatory can be envisioned as a great glass dome, almost like an atrium with foliage, star maps, globes of spaces and planets, places you may have never seen before now. But again, it still feels familiar here. still feels like home, or if not home, somewhere you've been once before, maybe twice, 3 times. And held here in this observatory. Is a celestial priest of dreams and wishes, and allows you to make all things that you desire manifest by speaking it out to him, to them, to her, whomever you see, and then looking up to the sky through this observatory, and knowing that wherever you've landed your eyes is that reality in which it has all come to be. Already, your dreams, your wishes, your desire, it already exists there. And this priest, celestial priest of dreams and wishes, fantasy, allows you to remember this deeply and guides you to the telescope only after you've told them your dream, your innermost desire, your wish that you'd like to see manifest over the next few days, few weeks, few months. So after you've told them this dream, this wish, this fantasy, they guide you directly to the telescope. And this silver gold plated telescope that extends out through the branches of this tree, directly pointed to the cosmic reality, allows you to perceive, pierce into its hole, and pivot and turn to exactly directly where you're feeling called at this time. So allow yourself to do that at this time. Reorient yourself to what feels best for you at this very moment. And the moment you do, you know that it's true. You've landed here because, as you do, a beautiful diamond dragon flutters across your view. And that star, planet, star system, galaxy, whichever that you've landed your eye on in view, becomes embraced, enveloped, swirled by this diamond dragon. And you can tell that they are birthing this reality anew, washing it, clearing it, cleansing it of all that it once thought it even knew, so that it can become imbued with the vision, the dream, the wish, the fantasy you see within inside of you. And with the help of the moon and her streams of light, a container is born directly within your line of sight. And so allow this to expand, to grow, beyond belief, stretching further, grander, larger than you could have ever believed. And now this celestial body, source force, whatever you see, begins to take up the screen of your memory. And so that it doesn't just now fill the entire view of your telescope, but it is now bigger, seemingly, than the entire atrium, the entire dome, the entire observatory of this tree. And so once it reaches this hatching point, sparks fly, and fairies flutter, and light shines out from that which you see. You no longer need a telescope because this dream, desire, wish, and fantasy has become real, you see. And now, because it's so large, in destiny and density, it now has the ability to flutter closer to thee, descending down from its heavenly reality. Soaring through the skies, the stars, so sovereignly. Fluttering on wings of light. This gigantic ball of creation, this egg now, wings out, starts to descend upon you. And before you know it, it lands right in front of the tree. And so now all you must do, as the dome of the observatory begins to recede, it opens up directly for you and for me. And you're asked to fly out by the celestial priest, fly out of the tree, and land over in this stream that flutters around the hill that carries this tree. And as you land in this stream of dreams, this egg with its wings can be hatched fully and breaking out of its shell, that which you perceive and are now fully ready to receive can come tumbling down towards you, flying, fluttering, because it recognizes you as its mother, you see? So it hugs you so tightly, thanking you for birthing it into reality. And as you cradle it in your arms, Having it under the stream and up again. Under the water and up again. Having it into the streams of dreams and up once more again. It just begins to grow even bigger than you could believe, just from this seemingly baby. Oh, big baby. Now to a temple of dreams. You make the preparations required for it to stand and continue to stand sovereignly, held by the waters of this stream of dreams. And now it stands watching over all that you can see. And this dream, this wish, this fantasy has become real for both you and for me. And so from that state, I ask you to come back into your body now, into your present awareness. You can become all that you seek, and you can return to this space whenever you'd like to nourish, nurture, love on this dream held at the center of this stream, positioned in whichever way, whichever form best matches your reality. Inayataya koi, nayashi tayakai, nayatai nayakoi, atayashi. So now fluttering in from your crown, through your first eye, down into your two physical eyes. Open your eyes. Breathe in through your nose, down through your throat, out through your mouth. Fill up your chest, your heart. Flutter your wings once more. Allow your hands, your arms to outstretch. Twinkle your hands, your palms. Fill up your solar plexus with an inhale once more. Breathe out through your mouth. And now your sacral, your source. Your womb is cleansed and cleared from birthing that reality. Without an ounce of fear. Now flowing into your core, your hips, and a little more. You can wiggle your waist. Flow down your thighs at your own pace. Level at your knees. Pass through your calves. Anchor in at your ankles. And wiggle your toes and your feet as energy flows at the soles of your feet and the tips of your toes back in through the diamond earth star. To lock and secure this reality into being. And with that, I thank you all so very much. Thank you so much for being here with me today on this live stream. I honor each and every one of you in all nows. And I hope you have a beautiful rest of your moon day. Have a great, great, fantastic, fabulous, beautiful day. And I'll see you on Wednesday for our Wings and Witches co-creation Q&A at 11:11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I'll see you on Fae Day for our weekly Fae Day channel transmission with me and Kelly Love at 11:11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on Clubhouse and YouTube. And I'll see you also next week, next Moon Day, next Monday for our live stream then. Thank you all so much. I'm going to end. Bye.